the Malaysian Parliament has become a parliament of a global kleptocracy. As Parliament is not prepared to do anything to challenge, purge and cleanse Malaysia of the ignominy, infamy and iniquity of a global kleptocracy for over 3 years. Coming at a time when the 1MDB scandal had been delivering bad news by the lorry loads to Malaysia's repute and standing, the failure of the Malaysian Parliament to protect the reputation of Malaysia and rebut without equivocation the epithet of Malaysia as a global kleptocracy will go down in history as the most shameful episode of the Malaysian Parliament since Merdeka in 1957. The lorry loads of bad news for Malaysia from the 1MDB scandal started with the seizure of 1MDB scandal mastermind Joe Low's Bombardier Global 5000 jet by the Singapore authorities in early February and include the following. The judgment of the Court of Appeal in Tony's case taking judicial notice of the AG stand that Najib did not commit any wrongdoing with regard to 1MDB despite the US DOJ largest kleptocratic litigation against 1MDB, a decision which shocked the local and international community. 2. Bank Negara's failure to lay claim to some $400 million 1MDB linked as funds seized by the Swiss monetary authorities from several Swiss banks. 3. Refusal by the AG to initiate proceedings to lay claim to the equanimity yacht seized by the Indonesian authorities, or for that matter, the seized Bombardier from the Singapore authorities, or the $400 million link funds from Swiss authorities. Then the Transparency International Corruption Perception Index, where Malaysia plunged to the lowest ranking of 62 out of 180 countries, while other countries which have been far behind Malaysia in the earlier TICPIs poised to take over Malaysia. China likely to overtake Malaysia in 8 years, and Indonesia likely to overtake Malaysia in 14 years. Expose by the Wall Street Journal on March 2nd that a top Republican fundraiser close to Donald Trump had asked as much as 295 million ringgit from Joe Low to get the US to stop investigation into the 1MDB scandal. Now yesterday, the Malaysian Parliament Speaker Tan Sri Pantika Amin rejected an emergency motion of public importance by Gwee Xiaolong on the AG's refusal to act on behalf of the Malaysian government to lay claim on the billion ringgit luxury super yacht Equanimity, which was seized by the Indonesian authorities in Bali last Wednesday, as well as the rejection of numerous questions relating to the 1MDB scandal for the current month-long parliamentary meeting. Pakatan Harapan MPs who had questions relating to the 1MDB scandal rejected by the Speaker includes Amanah MP for Sepang, PKR MP for Bang Baru, DAP MP for Taiping, and Amanah MP for Shah Alam. DAP MP for PJ Utara have 4 questions and he will address it afterwards, and I have 2 questions relating to 1MDB which have been rejected in the current meeting. My question to ask the PM whether he would set up a Royal Commission inquiry to investigate the 1MDB scandal was rejected on the ground that he violated Standing Order 23(1)G, which barred a question which is likely to prejudice a case under trial or be asked to any matter which is sub judice. I presume the Speaker is referring to the US DOJ kleptocratic litigation to forfeit $4.5 billion 1MDB linked assets in the US, UK and Switzerland. How on earth a court case in a foreign land can be used as an excuse to shut out discussion and debate in Parliament in Malaysia on a scandal which has made Malaysia into a global kleptocracy is beyond me, and is a great stain not only on Malaysian Parliament or parliamentary democracy in Malaysia. It is one of the things which the voters must change in the forthcoming 14th general elections. My second question on the 1MDB scandal, asking the PM membalas dakwaan yang dibuat oleh pemangku Timbalan Pendakwa Raya Amerika Syarikat M. Kendall Day di depan Jadukuasa Senat Amerika Syarikat pada 17 hari bulan Januari bahawa pegawai YMDB peniaga telah mencuri USD 4.5 bilion dan dana YMDB di antara tahun 2009 dan 2015 was rejected also on Understanding Order 231G on subjudice. The US DOJ suit did not prevent the US Acting Deputy Assistant Attorney General, Criminal Division, M. Kendall Day, from testifying before the US Senate Committee on Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs hearing in January this year on combating money laundering and other forms of illicit finance, making the following statement with regard to the 1MDB scandal. He said, and I quote, "Between 2009 and 2014, those corrupt officials and their associates in Malaysia took more than 4.5 billion, that's US 4.5 billion from dollars from the development funds in 4 phases. These funds were laundered through a complex web of opaque transactions and fraudulent shell companies with bank accounts in countries around the world, including Switzerland, Singapore, Luxembourg, and the US. Why then is the Malaysian Parliament using the DOJ case to reject a question which will offer the Prime Minister the opportunity to rebut Kendall Day's serious charges against Malaysia with regard to the 1MDB scandal and clear Malaysia's reputation? The Speaker is doing a great disservice to the Prime Minister and the country unless the charges of corruption and money laundering, and as the US Attorney General Jeff Sessions had recently told an international conference, the 1MDB scandal is the world's worst kleptocracy, are all true. Maybe both the Speaker and the PM would wish to clarify and comment. Tony?
Thank you all. Selamat pagi semua. Seperti yang dimaklumkan, saya ada 4 soalan yang ditolak berkaitan dengan 1MDB. Tapi oleh kerana sudah berkali-kali ditolak dalam sesi-sesi yang lalu, I took pains. Saya fikir betul-betul soalan yang nak ditanya supaya tidak ditolak sekali lagi oleh Tuan Speaker. Dan saya pilih soalan yang saya agak langsung tak berkaitan dengan kes mahkamah. Maksudnya, walaupun 1MDB, dia tak berkaitan dengan kes mahkamah. Oleh sebab itu, pihak menteri masih boleh jawab. Tapi masih sekali lagi ditolak semuanya atas sebab perkara ini dalam timbangan mahkamah. Nah, soalan antara satu yang pertama yang saya nak tanya. Saya nak tanya Perdana Menteri sama ada Peguam Negara telah mengumumkan pada 25 hari bulan Januari 2016 bahawa sejumlah 681 juta yang dimasukkan ke dalam akaun Perdana Menteri merupakan derma daripada kerabat di Raja Arab. Saya hanya nak Peguam Negara mengesahkan bahawa beliau telah pun mengadakan satu press conference pada hari tersebut bahawa Perdana Menteri menerima derma daripada orang Arab. Itu saja. Saya tak tanya sama ada dia salah ke, dia tak salah ke. Saya hanya minta supaya Peguam Negara mengesahkan bahawa beliau telah pun memberi satu press conference mengenai perkara tersebut pada hari tersebut. Mengapa ini penting? Ini penting sebab dalam kes mahkamah saya, di mana Datuk Seri Najib Razak telah pun mendapat injunction terhadap saya. Okay? Pihak hakim telah pun merujuk kepada pendirian penemuan Peguam Negara dalam press conference hari tersebut. Kalau dalam parlimen pun menteri dan Peguam Negara tak mampu mengesahkan perkara tersebut, mana boleh mahkamah mengambil perhatian kepada perkara tersebut? I mean, how can the courts take judicial notice on something that the what's the Peguam Negara, Attorney General don't even dare to admit in Parliament? No, that's number one. So it has nothing to do with a court case. This is just what the AG has announced. I asked the AG to confirm if that's what he announced. Nothing to do with the court case. He already announced. I just asked for reconfirmation, that's all. And cannot answer. They don't dare to answer. Okay? Soalan nombor 2. Meminta supaya Menteri Kewangan menyatakan senarai hutang 1MDB terkini dan sama ada hutang-hutang ini telah dijamin secara langsung atau tidak langsung oleh Kementerian Kewangan. This has nothing to do with the court case. In any financial statement by the government, apa-apa hutang kena disenaraikan sama ada hutang ni dalam mahkamah atau tidak. You cannot put in the government accounts, oh, this figure cannot be confirmed because it is in court case. No, there's always a number. It all adds up. So saya hanya minta supaya Kementerian Kewangan menyenaraikan senarai hutang saja. Dan apa-apa yang telah pun diambil alih ataupun dijamin oleh Kementerian Kewangan. Ni tak ada kaitan langsung dengan kes mahkamah. Saya pun tak sebut yang mana ada kes mahkamah saya minta angka tu. Tidak, saya hanya minta senarai hutang. Takkan itu pun tak boleh keluarkan. Nombor 3. Yang ni lebih interesting. Saya hanya meminta supaya Perdana Menteri menyatakan siasatan Suruhanjaya Pencegahan Rasuah Malaysia ke atas kes penyelewengan wang syarikat SRC International, dulu anak syarikat kepada 1MDB, ke akaun peribadi Perdana Menteri yang berlanjutan sejak Julai 2015. So pada masa itu MACC sudah mengumumkan bahawa siasatan dijalankan. Saya hanya tanya sama ada SPRM telah menjalankan sesi soal jawab dengan Perdana Menteri. That's it. Have you questioned the Prime Minister? That's my only soalan. The jawab can be ya, belum. Nothing to do with court case. Tak boleh. Okay, tak boleh jawab, ditolak. Dan soalan terakhir, saya minta Menteri Kewangan menyatakan sama ada 1MDB telah menebus atau melupuskan pelaburan unit yang dimiliki oleh anak syarikat 1MDB, Brazen Sky Limited. Have they redeemed the units from Singapore? Nothing to do with the court case. This is financial transaction. Saya tak kata sama ada unit tu tipu ke, sama ada unit tu benar ke, saya tidak. Saya hanya tanya sama ada 1MDB telah pun melupuskan ataupun menebus pelaburan tersebut. Okay? So jelas ini menunjukkan bahawa Parlimen sudah menjadi satu seperti apa yang selalu disebut oleh ahli Parlimen segambut. Okay? This is a kangaroo parliament with a kangaroo speaker. Betul tak? Okay? So itulah antara sebabnya, okay, pencapaian rasuah bagi Malaysia kian meningkat. So we are getting better and better at corruption because all our institutions are getting better and better at protecting corruption. Okay? And the MACC should not be surprised at all at our achievements. Thank you.
Okey, soalan.